CBS Tonight, 9/8 Central.
Could that bane of public spaces, graffiti, ever be considered real art? In the eyes of some people, it can. Elizabeth Palmer is in hot pursuit of Banksy.
Bristol, a small city in southwest England, has a big problem. It's known as the graffiti capital of the world. Bristol's answer is the Clean and Green team. Armed with a high-pressure hose and some whitewash, they seldom met wall scrawl they couldn't lick. Until Banksy. A Bristol graffiti writer turned celebrity artist. His cheeky stencils, like this one of an adulterous liaison gone wrong, have proved so popular, Clean and Green had to back off.
This is a sexual health clinic, is it?
Yes.
So that's part of the joke.
So he's done it.
Bowing to public pressure, Denise James, the head of Bristol's anti-graffiti effort, organized an online referendum.
We asked people, did they think it was graffiti or did they think it was art? Should it stay or should it go? And there was an overwhelming response that people felt that, you know, it was, that in their opinion, it should stay.
It's Banksy's impudence that people love. His stencils dotted around the UK mock authority, capitalism, politics, even art. So who's the man behind the spray can? Well, nobody knows, or at least nobody will admit to knowing. But rumor has it he's Robert Banks, somewhere in his mid-30s, a high school dropout. One thing is for certain, though. Thanks to Banksy, street art is not only respectable, it's collectible.
At £40,000 now.
Banksy himself is making a killing.
The HMV dog by Banksy, shown on my left here.
At a Sotheby's auction last month in London, his works were times the asking price.
Last chance now at £140,000. Unsold.
What troubles me is how it may inspire younger, more impressionable people to see him as a man who is now probably a millionaire, and they want to be that guy.
Colin Saysell, an officer with the British Transport Police, has been tracking Banksy for years. His squad works full-time arresting the vandals who cost Bristol taxpayers $500,000 annually in cleanup bills. Saysell thinks Banksy's work deserves to be scrubbed away like anyone else's.
From a personal point of view, I think there should be, a zero-tolerance policy. I think we shouldn't draw a distinction between one particular graffiti writer or another. It does create problems for when eyes are being spoken to by us and they say, well, why are you picking on me? You never pick on Banksy.
But Banksy's wit does set him apart, and so does his genius for publicity.
That's definitely him, yeah. Definitely Banksy.
But is it really Banksy? Fans post alleged sightings like this of him on the internet, but somehow you never see his face. And then occasionally Banksy himself weighs in. In 2005, he stuck his own work up in New York's Brooklyn Museum and then posted pictures of the prank on his website.
Have you ever seen Banksy?
Not that I know of.
The invisibility of Banksy. Is that because it basically keeps prices up, the mystique and the media attention keeps prices up?
I think it's a romantic notion, and it's like Robin Hood or the Scarlet Pimpernel.
The Black Rat Gallery in London's East End assembled the work of other young street artists in November for a new show. Sensation with collectors. Mike Snell, the gallery's owner, says they were buying both for pleasure and for investment.
What Banksy's been very clever at is changing the art world's perception of graffiti and street art, and just the media attention he draws has allowed these artists who've been doing what they do mostly because they love doing it for many years, and suddenly they'll be able to give up their jobs, and it's become kind of part of the mainstream more, which means they can earn a living basically doing what they enjoy.
While they may be enjoying the mainstream, Banksy's kept his street cred, working illegally on walls. And this Christmas, on one of the most notorious walls of all in Bethlehem, where Israel's military has built a 20-foot barrier to separate the Palestinians from the Israelis. The work is pointed and poignant, but is it art?
£20,000, thank you.
That's a question that's pitted collectors against cops. while Banksy appears to be enjoying the joke.